add the flour. I like to use self-raising flour for this because it's going to give it a little bit of lift. And this is 200 grams again, so really easy measurements to remember for this cake. And I'm going to turn down the speed of this because I just want to fold it in gently. I don't want to overwork the gluten in this flour. It's a little bit of a flour bomb here, but that's all right. I love that baking, making a bit of a mess. And now that that's in there, I'm going to also add some butter. Now this is melted butter that's been cooled down slightly. I don't want it to be too hot. And this is going to finish off the cake. So 200 grams that I'm just going to slowly add in. I'll also add the remainder of our cinnamon. Perfect. And some blueberries. Now you can mix up the berries for this or keep it very simple by just adding those apples. You can change the apples too with some pears if you like. Look how fat these blueberries are. You don't want to be using frozen berries because it's going to make the cake a little bit watery, so fresh is best. And then once that's folded in, which is just about now, perfect. Look at that colour, you know that's a good batter. So I'll just remove this from the mixer and now we can start layering this. So in a springform tin that's been lined with a little bit of baking paper, this is just going to make it so much easier to take the cake out later. Just scrape down the edges and pour that in. Look how glossy that is. Beautiful. First layer. Next goes the apples. So there's quite a lot of apples in this, but this is what I like about it. It's going to keep this cake really moist, and you don't have to be perfect with this. You don't have to fan them out or layer them. Just get them straight in there, and I can smell that cinnamon and the lemon zest. It always reminds me of the country, those two smells. Spread that out a little bit more there. And now for that crumble that I was making before. I just use my fingers just to crumble that up. This is just another texture, another layer of the cake. Distribute that buttery crumble and just pour that over the cake. And now for the fourth layer, a good handful of the flaked almonds. And this is the top of the cake, so you can imagine after being cooked in the oven for about 45 minutes, they're going to go really golden brown. And we mustn't forget that demerara sugar. This again is going to give it a lovely crunch. Just a sprinkle over, so about 1 to 2 tablespoons. And that's done. Now this is going into the oven at 180 degrees. And like I said, it's going to cook for 45 minutes to an hour. Just check at the end by just placing a little skewer in the center. If it comes out clean, it's ready. Perfectly golden brown this cake is. You can see all of those little flakes of almond that have gone golden, and it's a little bit crispy from that demerara sugar. Now allow it to cool completely in the tin before you remove the collar. So that's cooled down nicely now. I'll take that off and we'll take the baking paper collar off too and just carefully take it off that disc. So I'm going to just slide it off. Oh, perfect. I always like to finish it with just a light dusting of icing sugar over the top. And I'm going to cut myself a generous piece right now because I'm feeling quite peckish. So straight down that centre bit. And see how moist this cake is in the centre. And I know how soft it is because of all those apples and the blueberries that we added. And I've got a little plate here ready to go. I'm just going to lift that first piece up off the plate and then pop that down here. Look how moist that is. That's a really good cake. All those apples there and the blueberries have sunk to the bottom. It's quite a pretty tea cake, and I always find that it tastes just a little bit better with a nice dollop of cream. So I'm going to spoon on a generous amount and maybe some extra icing. And that's what I call the ultimate afternoon tea. That's my apple, cinnamon and blueberry tea cake with a dollop of cream, just to make it extra special.